Well, good morning. Good, beautiful Wednesday morning. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and we will be glad in it. I'm so glad that you've been able to join me for just a few minutes this morning to think about where we are in our relationship with Almighty God, where we are here in the middle of this week, to point our faces toward a Bible-believing church on Sunday where we can go and we can be a blessing as well as be blessed. We are going to be talking out of Psalm 62 today, verses 1 and 2, Psalm 62. I want to invite you, if you would like to, come on Friday night. We're going to have a trunk or treat, and we'll have from 6 to 8 p.m., and the children can come out and get candy and get and be among us, and we would just enjoy seeing your children and having them here with us. That's Friday, the 24th, from 6 to 8 p.m. here at Old Lee Bethel Baptist Church, 6035 Ridgeville Road, Leesburg, North Carolina, 27291. Today we are talking out of Psalm 62, verses 1 and 2. It says, "Truly, my soul silently waits for God. From Him comes my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved." Two very important verses here. Now, theologians can't seem to agree on whether this is still a time when David has fled Jerusalem and Absalom is in control. Absalom is in control of the kingdom, and he has acted in a treasonous way, and he has seized the kingdom, and David has gone out of Jerusalem. The theologians can't agree, but we have every reason to believe that something treasonous is going on and that David is waiting. He has a calm resolve. He knows that God is going to save. God is going to make this right. We need that same calm resolve that God is going to save. God is going to make things right. He starts out, he says in verse 1, he says, "Truly my soul silently waits for God." Truly has the idea of nevertheless. Nevertheless, come what may. Come what may, my soul silently waits for God. Now, sometimes we say we're silently waiting for God, but really we're complaining. We say we're silently waiting for God, but really our soul is in chaos. We say that we silently wait for God, but we're basically telling God how it ought to be. We're not saying, "God, your will be done." We're saying, "God, here's my will. Can you do it?" Let's be honest. I know Christians they're not supposed to admit that, and we're supposed to say that. And maybe I'm the only one in the whole universe that has that going on, but I suspect not. I suspect that there's a lot of chaos out there, that there's a lot of stirring up. There's a lot of people who, instead of God being the center, God is the surface. So whatever comes along, whatever stirs, creates chaos in our life. We have something go wrong over here, chaos. We have something wrong going over there, it's chaos. We get a bill in the mail that we weren't expecting, chaos. We're stirred up, we're angry, we're upset, we're hurt. God says, be at peace. Focus on my purpose. What's God's purpose? That we love Jesus. That we tell others of Jesus. That we live in the center of His will. That He is center, not surface. That He is peace and promise, not periphery. But too many of us get where really God is another resource. We have our money pot, we have our family pot, we have our perhaps our possessions pot. And over here, there's a pot that in emergency, it's almost like what you see where there's a fire and there's a little axe inside, and it says, in case of emergency, break glass. We almost treat God as though, okay, here's all the things I'm going to use, and in case of emergency. God is not an in case of emergency. God is water. God is bread. God is breath. God is life. God is purpose. He's not in case of emergency. He's in pursuit of eternity. My soul silently waits for God with that confidence and that purpose. From Him comes my salvation, from Him alone. He only is my rock. There's that word, that my foundation. He is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. Now, that doesn't mean that we get in trouble and over the hill comes the cavalry and they ride down the hill on their horses and they have their swords drawn and charge. No, that's not God's defense. God's defense is surrounding us. God's defense is protecting us always. God's defense is a hedge of protection. Well, Richard, you don't understand. Something bad happened one time and well, remember, all things work together for good. For those who love God, for those who are called according to His purpose. Jesus said there will be trials, there will be tribulations, but He tells us not to be overcome by those, that He has left us peace. And peace not as the world understands it, but peace as He gives it. It's a gift. Do we choose peace? Do we choose promise? Do we choose to have God at the center, or do we choose to live on the periphery and be nervous and anxious? It's a fair question. It says, I shall not be greatly moved, there at the end of verse 2. I shall not be greatly moved. When you look at that old Hebrew word, what that has the idea of is I shall not be greatly shaken. I shall not be greatly shaken all the way to my foundation. Why? Because God is the rock. God is the salvation. It also has a different meaning. It says, I shall not be greatly demoralized, made nervous, be wringing my hands, be wondering how it's all going to turn out. Because God's in control. He's rock, He's salvation, He's defense. I shall not be greatly demoralized, upset, made nervous, made anxious, live in chaos. I will live in confidence with Almighty God. Come what may, He's the center. Everything else is just periphery stuff, meant to stir us up and get us off purpose. I want you to be encouraged today. You have a great day today. Have a great rest of the week. I love you, and I know you love me. I love this nation. I love this world. I pray for this nation. I pray for this world. I pray that we will turn back with confidence to Almighty God. Let Him be the center. Let Him be the purpose. And everything else flow around Him. You be encouraged today. Have a great day today. Have a great rest of the week. And let Sunday find you in a Bible-believing church where you can be a blessing as well as be blessed. Have a great